In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how the page structure of PulseEditor templates works so you can start creating your own templates. This is a fairly advanced subject, but it's fairly simple once you actually get the idea of how it works. So we have this template here. Well, this is not a template, but this is a page here that we've created for a client. And then if I click on sections here, you can see that there's quite a bit of sections. So we have a logo, we have an intro headline, we have an order and video, we have a big box, and all these types of things. So as you can scroll down the page here, so you can see this page is actually quite involved. There's actually quite a lot of pages, or quite elements to it. So this is but it's a fairly standard sales page that you would have for a product that you're doing. And to do something like this, you basically have to understand how sections, rows, and columns and elements live in with each other. So we have the sections here. So we have logos, intro as we explained before, and then we have the rows inside of that. The easiest way to explain this is I have this graphic here. So we can have a sections as at the very bottom. So this is like what everything kind of collapses into sections. So this is like the inner child, and here's like the parent of everything. So we have your sections, as you can see here. So we have the sections here. So we have this section called order and video. Inside of this order and video section, we have all of this. So we have a headline, a video, and an order box here. So inside of the section, so if I click on my rows, as you can see inside of this section we have two rows, two full column rows, this one and this one below. So we have two columns. So as you can see, the next level up from sections is rows, which is blue. These colors coordinate the colors inside of the editor here. So when I roll over this section, as you can see here, we have the name of the section called order and video. And on the side here, we have we can clone a section or delete a section or open up the settings for the section on the side panel here. As I roll into a row, which is blue, so we can see here it says one column row, and we can delete, copy, or edit this row. The next thing inside of a row is a column. So we can see here we have columns. If I click on that, we have, as you can see here, it says we have order and video column row, this one here. As I roll down here, let's scroll down the page here, as you can see it's highlighting here. This might be slightly confusing for a one column row. Let's see if I have, so let's do this. So we have this column here. So this is a row with two columns. So we have the left column and then the right column. And then let's just click on here. So we have columns here. So we have left column, right column. These two columns live inside a row, which is called this row here. So we have this two column row, which has two columns in it. So you can see here, so we have the sections, which has rows, and then we have the darker columns here, which columns would be like a one column row, or three columns, four columns, five columns, that type of thing. All those columns live inside a row, and those rows live inside a section. And then at the very end of it, we have elements. So we can see this kind of thing, as we can see. So we have this green here. As I start highlighting elements, so now I just highlighted a row. Now I'm going to highlight an element, which is orange. So you can kind of see the progression. So here's like this diagram I created for you. But we also have something that it kind of explains it here. So this is the hierarchy. So we have the sections, which hold stuff, and which hold the rows, and the rows hold the columns, and the columns hold the elements. And we work our way up. That's just how things work. And once you get that concept, you can start creating pages like this. For example, let's create a new section here. I'm going to highlight this row. I'm going to click on the add new row. So now we have this row here. Let's create a row that's red. We're going to create a new red row. I'm going to create a full column row. Just do some design stuff here, just for fun. Alright. So now that we have this, we have a red row here, or a red section, sorry. Let's add a row. We're going to add a row of 3 columns. And what we're going to do, so now we have a 3 column row. Now inside of these columns, we have elements. So we can add a new element. So let's add oops, I just double clicked real fast. Let's add a text. So let's say awesome feature 1. Let's make that bold. And then just do some text here. So let's make it white. Let's make it not so big. All right. So I'm just going to do something here just for fun. Let's add an image here. Let's drag the image above this. Click on this image. I'm going to add a new image here. I'm going to go to Finder, search for an icon. Let's search layer. All right, that's loading. I'm just going to do something real quick here. Let's just choose this icon here. This is not a design tutorial. This is just a introduction of how things work. So let's just copy this stuff. So obviously you can kind of start seeing how things work into each other. So now we have a section with a row of 3 columns, and then in those columns we have an image and some text. You can start seeing how you can start building out design. So we have a bunch of rows here, or a bunch of sections with rows. So I hope that makes sense, and then you can start building out with some really nice designs with that.